Welcome to the Life Around 40 podcast, where three longtime friends dive into games, pulp culture, the chaos of everyday life, and the eternal question: what the hell is going on and how the hell did we get here? Here are your hosts, Drew Taylor and myself, Graham.
What up?
How you guys doing today?
It's hot.
It's
Yeah.
humid. It is. That corn sweat.
Yes, the corn sweat.
So,
The cop's supposed to go in your mouth, not the back end, buddy.
oh
boy.
All right. You guys do anything fun so far this week or the end of last week? Play anything new? Watch anything new?
I got a new hire at work, and he made me cry in the first hour that I worked with him.
Like out of joy or
it was so
Frustration? Like
so yeah, right. So I have 15 direct reports, and I test everybody. Right, it's just little simple tests, and so he's got some experience with our product, so he comes in, and I'm getting some stuff going here. We're getting a big job started up, and I'm like, and I would do this, and this is what I do here, and he goes, hey man, you mind if I do that? You want me to sit down? It's beautiful. Yes, go ahead. First guy who's ever passed that test.
Oh,
so
very nice.
It's a sad thing, but it's a beautiful thing that there is hope for the youths of today.
Some self-starter out there, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, there you go.
So,
Nice.
Taylor, you been in anything good lately?
No, I worked Saturday, and then I was talking to a couple buddies last night, and they've I think have slowly, the mask has slipped, and they're starting to see how deranged I am. And it just took a while. Well, because I was telling them, when I only have like a day off in between having to work for the rest of the week coming up, I will do like really short sleep sessions. Okay. So I'll stay up pretty late and then sleep maybe like 3 hours or something, but then I'll get up normal early time, be up for about 2 or 3 hours, sleep for 45 minutes, be up for 2 or 3 hours, sleep for 45 minutes. And I do that because it makes it feel like the day stretches a lot longer. So like it's like me trying to psych my brain out to be like, oh yeah, I had a lot more time off than just one day.
That is deranged. You are correct.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of work.
It does.
Well, then it also compartmentalizes things to where I'm like, okay, I can do some writing here. Okay, I can, go out. Yeah, we got, parks and stuff nearby and stuff if I want to go to the lake or something. Boom, I can do that. Oh, okay, and do laundry. Okay, do this. So it kind of works out for me.
Okay, then.
But evidently
right.
It makes it.
That's the first time I've heard that theory, but okay. So,
psycho.
So I actually fired back up Cyberpunk 2077. I got a couple hours into it the first time I played it a year ago or so. So I've been playing that again. That game is a lot of fun if you guys haven't tried it. I know it came out like in terrible shape. It's so much better now. It's a gorgeous game. It's fun to play. It's one of those you'll be up all night at one more side mission, whatever, one more little thing here. It's a great time. So no new movies, shows, nothing.
No, not at all.
Welcome to working full time as an adult, right?
So over the weekend, we finally fully separated the girls into their own room, which meant I lost my office, hence a different background. And, I took furniture apart, carried it to the garage, put pictures on Facebook, got 500 scam calls from everybody.
Of course.
Took new furniture upstairs, put it together, threw 4 bags of junk, also known as toys, into the trash, and took 6 bags to Goodwill. But now you can actually walk in the area formerly known as the dump, which was the second floor of the house. Now you can actually walk and lay down, and It's great.
Oh, it's
It's great.
freeing, isn't it? The first time we
Oh,
started
it's
throwing away those toys, it was like, oh, thank God.
yeah. Now though, you realize the carnage the kids have imposed onto my walls, and I was like, oh
Oh,
well,
yeah, for
now I
sure.
need drywall, some new paint. Like
Mm.
For sure.
it was a good, but it was rewarding to get it done, and I'm glad it's done. So
Yeah, absolutely. When we've moved our girls' bedrooms and stuff, yeah, when you're done, it's like it was annoying to do it, but everybody's much happier now, so it's like it was worth going through it.
yep.
My kids actually started watching Stranger Things this past week, which they're 11. I was, I think that they're at the right age. I think it's fine. It's not scaring them too bad, and they're enjoying it. I watched horror movies when I was way too little, and
Yeah, but look how you turned
I
out.
turned out fine.
Yeah,
So they
beat
should
you
be
to
okay.
it.
Yeah. So no, but they've
Yeah.
been enjoying it, and especially with the new season coming out, it's kind of helping Brittany and I catch up a little bit as well.
Mm.
So it's been nice that way.
Never seen a single episode.
And
It's a fun show.
Northern
So,
Ooh, I did watch Happy Gilmore too.
oh, Brittany and
Um,
I watched half of it. She watched the first half without me. So
definitely not as good as the first one, but it was great to go back into that world. I
Mm.
mean,
it I want to say
Graham was not happy to go back into that world from that
I
reaction.
want to say it's an homage to the first one, which I think it totally is to an extent, but it's also it felt kind of I don't want to say cash grabby, but at the same time, it was trying too hard to be itself in a lot of ways. So
what's that freaking Family Guy quote? I don't like The Godfather. It insists upon itself. That was that quote coming from you.
you're not wrong. But they were referencing it in one of the greatest movies ever made, and I'm talking about Happy Gilmore too. So I feel a little justified. Okay,
Ooh.
I did like the Eminem cameo. That was about the
I
only
saw
cameo
that. I
liked
saw
of
that
it,
snippet of
so-
it.
But
Yep.
no, it
But-
was what I saw was okay. It was Happy Gilmore too. I mean, what else do you want? It's exactly what I expect from Spaceballs 2. When Spaceballs 2 comes
Yeah.
out. So I'm still mad, and I don't want to watch it because they did not call it Spaceballs 2: The Quest for More Money, which
Yeah,
is
which would have been amazing.
amazing. Yeah, it's
You're
right,
right.
there, Mel. What are we doing? But
It's
so-
not too late. It's not too
That
late.
is true. It's not out yet. I'll just make my own custom DVD slipcase sleeve. So the quest for more money.
Sometimes you just got a little bit of subterfuge with your jokes, right? And so it's like, it's too on the nose. We
Mhm.
gotta.
I know, but I think if you're going to be on the nose, that's the time to be on the nose.
No, that's
So,
fair. That's fair. So I did not watch a movie. I did start reading a new book. This one here, Ultra Processed People. Why we can't stop eating food that isn't food. So talking about ultra processed foods and stuff. So haven't gotten too far into it just yet, but
Is the ultimate answer because it's cheap and it tastes good?
I mean that is
Yeah.
the start of it is talking about how it is cheaper and
It is,
whatnot, because he was talking about
yeah.
how like, oh, why is this ice cream not melting in the summer heat? It's kind of confusing. Oh, it's really
Why
not
did I
when you.
find? Yeah, why did I find a 10-year-old McDonald's French fry between the seats of my car and it still looked like a brand new
Yeah,
French fry?
exactly. Yeah. So,
So
all right then, Drew, your topic of the week this week, bud. You want to tell us what it is?
Oh, gosh, dude,
Does
I
he?
drew a blank.
I can
What did
help
I even
ya.
say that it was of this? Yeah, what did I say
It
that
is
it was?
youth sports.
Oh, that's right. The U's. I want to talk about the
The
U's today.
U's.
life around 40, we're kind of already slipping in dementia
It's,
and all-
Comes with the territory.
and forgetting, right?
I mean,
Everything just starts
gosh.
slipping.
I mean, I was thinking about your guys' topics, completely forgot about mine. But yeah, so to get into the youth sports of today, I mean, so I don't know how many sports you guys played, but growing up, I played everything, and yeah, I mean, it was, I played in school. I definitely did little league before, you're allowed to play in school, as almost every kid does. But like, Nowadays, like, you're expected to play your sport at a young age. You're expected to be on a traveling select team at a young age. Whether you're going to play or not, you're almost expected to. So that way, the day you get to high school, you may get to play for the team or you may get to ride the bench, all for the hope of playing in some, bum college league because let's face it, you're a small fish in a ginormous pond. Um, and I've seen my own family throw tens of thousands, if not more, dollars at their kids, and it's like, okay, so you got $8,000 off a year of tuition. You're also gonna you be in debt $30,000 a year to go to this school. But hey, you save that 20 grand. Congratulations. And as soon as it's over, so is your career.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just don't get it anymore. What happened to sports to be fun?
It, I agree with you on a lot of that. Like, I do feel like a lot of these kids were pushing them and expecting way too much out of them, especially when they're younger. Because I mean, I know people that have had their kids in traveling leagues at like 6 and 7,
Yeah.
and gymnastics and stuff. And it's like, if the kid is loving it, for sure, but it is a lot and it's a big commitment, and it puts a lot of stress on the kids, I feel, as well. I also feel, to an extent, it depends on the kid. Some kids will really thrive in an environment like that, and those, I feel like, are the ones that you go on to see maybe have that potential at a career down the road or something bigger. Um, but like you're saying, especially with college sports, I mean, already it's starting to shrink right there. And then professionally, especially the father of two daughters, I mean, the professional sports, bubble for women is not very big.
No.
And it's very hard to make a living in it as well. So I just don't know that it's worth that kind of investment. Do I want my kids to have fun and play sports and be well rounded? Absolutely. I think that's all very important. Because I was born with a heart condition, didn't play a lot of sports. I played soccer for a little bit when I was a kid, and then I did one season of track, and that was one of the worst decisions I ever made. So, now I was not a big sports kid when I was growing up, but my daughters have played softball, they've played soccer, they're doing cheer now. We're talking about getting them into swimming, but it's all at this very kind of less, you know, there she is, Drew, right behind you.
I know it.
Right on time.
Can you get out here and help me? Gosh. You and your nerd friends.
This sounds like my wife. But no.
Hey, go away.
I want them to have fun and at this kind of lower, less involved level where they're just having fun. So I think a lot depends on the kid.
I got no time to
So
waste.
speaking
No
of
time to waste.
No
speaking
time
of-
to waste.
So yeah, I know there's been discussions about it in the communities and stuff like that, and I know a lot of people that have spent a lot of money and invested a lot of time in their kids, which is not a bad thing to invest in your kids. I mean, that's
No.
part of helping them
But-
grow up, but it's got to be, I think, pointed in a healthy way for your kid. So
One thing I'm curious about, like, my generation was, some of us played select teams. I don't think my parents could have afforded it back when I was a kid, but I really didn't want to because I enjoyed my summer just to be a kid.
yeah,
And, I'm still like my knees hurt. My ankle looks just absolutely destroyed. My wife always makes fun of it. I sent my mom a picture of my toenails because my daughter painted them the other day. She's like, "Oh my gosh, does your ankle always look like that?" Yes, Mom. I'm not self-conscious about it or anything, but thank you for pointing that out
Yeah.
to me. But I mean, as broken down as I get from the sports I played, and then high school was just 4 years of golf because I was had anaphylactic issues. What are these kids' longevity of health going to be
yeah.
with their knees and their backs from year round abuse to their body? I mean,
Oh, for sure.
You got that. The kind of spinning back, particularly when it comes to like the parents pressuring their kids into doing stuff. and maybe there is that, oh, the kids are doing it, but like how much of it is the kids actually wanting to do it because that's what they truly want to do versus they're doing it to appease their parents. Um, and I know that's a really hard discussion to have, especially with somebody who's younger, because they they don't want to admit to something like that, or they can't vocalize that or express that, for either fear or what have you. Um, I think, I wish parents that did press that on their kids to be a part of any sort of sports at a serious level would be like reflective enough and just kind of maybe not necessarily hesitant, but just be like, okay, does my child actually really want to do this? Let's talk about this. Try to like figure things out the best they can with that. Um, like I ran track and cross country in high school, but when like I was in middle school and stuff, we played like street slash go to somebody's yard and just play tackle football and beat the living hell out of each other.
It's
And
fantastic.
oh yeah, it was great. Yeah. Yeah, because that was, it was kind of a nice like transition for me because I moved away from where I was in elementary school, and so I got to basically meet a whole bunch of new people, and that's where I went from being called One Ear to they called me Texas just because that's yeah, as I said, that's where I was born, so they just call me Texas and stuff, and it was very endearing, and it was also very fun to just beat the hell out of each other playing street football or something like that. And I think you can get similar, maybe not the you get similar camaraderie lessons from doing that. You don't get the discipline per se that you would get from being in like an organized sport, but I guess it all just depends on what kind of lessons you're wanting to take from sports. So I don't know. And my body's fine. Like I know people who are like half my age that are falling apart, and they're
Yeah.
like, "What is wrong with you?" Like, well, I don't know.
I
I got
think
lucky.
I think part of the issue too is because these special leagues and traveling teams and stuff have been elevated so much, and they're trying to almost. My kids aren't in them. I haven't been in them, so I'm just kind of outsider looking in. But my understanding is there's so much travel, and they're trying to give them all this kind of real world potential, what it might be like at that higher elite level experience. That having to pay for all of that has made it extremely kind of exclusionary in the sense of people that can't afford to play and something like that.
Yep.
And I know as kind of a soccer fan, we discuss a lot of, there's a lot of discussion around that because it's so expensive to play travel soccer and all this. And it's like, well, if you want the US national team to compete, it's gotta be an affordable sport. And, with American football, such a big thing, it's going to be a hard battle anyways. That's where you're really going to make your money if you're born in America. Um, but I feel like it's a detriment too that it's like these leagues where you're going to get the best experience or whatever, they price everybody out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Unless you can afford it, and so
No,
that's another
I do know some offer financial aid.
for sure.
You
Yeah,
just have to have a diligent parent fill out paperwork, um, in the right amount of time.
yeah.
Uh, side story, but I mean, in my family's case, I've had three cousins who got to play for college. One dropped out after a year because he didn't want to ever put in the work when he got to college. I have one going in right now. We'll see how that goes. And then I do have a cousin plays for a D1 SEC team on volleyball, and I mean she's fantastic. She's going to be in Dallas in I want to say November 7th, and I'll be heading up there to watch her play. I asked her for a press pass. I'll go take pictures.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she's got that kind of pull, but why not?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. But I mean, I think it's great that like they're going to make these lifetime memories and friendships. Playing a sport like that at that level, it's something not many people out there can say. You know what I mean? A
Yeah.
D1 school in the SEC, that's really impressive.
Yep.
So you can't inherently say these are bad things, but
I don't think they're bad. My concern is like just when do we just let the kids be kids? I
yeah,
mean,
I get it. Because it takes
so and
over
then
summers now. It really
it
does. It's a
does.
year-round thing. So
Yeah, when you're supposed to be having fun and relaxing, it's just all work, 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 and it never ends. I mean, you're gonna have that when you turn 20 and you're done with
Mm.
college, and you got to get a job. I mean,
yeah, it's coming. So enjoy the time you have now.
yep.
So, but
Or that, or you get you know, the kids that have to be the adult as their parents are being buffoons and acting the fool. What kind of pressures that puts them under in just a social way. There's a baseball diamond there in Mount Vernon. I think it's part of like one of the schools, but it's close to somewhere I go pretty frequently for work. And I think I texted you the picture of it at one point, Graham, where it was like, this is not there's nobody here that's scouting for your kids or
yeah, oh
anything.
yeah.
Just let them play the game,
Oh,
please, for
yeah.
the love of God. Like,
Sports parents is a whole nother conversation, which is it's atrocious
Which
how
is
bad it is. Yeah, it's so bad.
I had one of those moments. My daughter was doing basketball for Upward, and I didn't care who won or lost. I mean, sure you want your kid to win, but like ultimately, it was her first year of doing any sport, and but man, they were playing some teams who were just straight violent. I mean, they were smacking the glasses off my daughter's team's faces, just running them over. Everybody's crying, and dude, I just start ref like, what are you doing? Like, you gotta stop this. It's horrible behavior. It's horrible sportsmanship. And he starts goading me into some stuff. I'm like, whoa, what's this? Like, dude, call a foul. And he's just keep it up one more time. I was like, what are you talking about? Just protect the children, right? So he's egging me on several times, and I'm like, I'm not biting. I'm not, I'm an idiot, but I'm not that big of an idiot. So at halftime, he actually comes over and apologizes. He's like, "Hey, man, you're right. There's some bad fouls out there. I'll do better." And I was egging you on. I just wanted to apologize. He's like, "You made me angry, but I see you're right." And I'm like, "Hey, man, mad respect." Shook his hand. He walks away, and this old lady next to me, that was sweet. You know who that was? I was like, "No, that's our pastor." I'm like, of
Yeah.
course, that's the one I get into it
Oh
with.
yeah.
Oh, dag nabbit. But he was a nice guy, and they kept the second half much cleaner. And dude, I just my daughter's we had to get her a second pair of glasses because they in one of the games they literally got destroyed. And I mean, come on.
See, and
mm,
I've experienced it from the flip side is coach when I was coaching the girls soccer team. There was a couple games where there were some pretty egregious tackling and fouls going on, and um, one girl got kicked in the head. One of the goalies got kicked in the head while she was on the ground holding the ball. They essentially ran up and kicked her in the head, trying to kick it out of her hands, and nothing was called. Um, and I had parents starting to like try to come out on the field, to yell at the ref and stuff. And I've had to go over and be like, look, we see it too. You've got to calm down. Like, you cannot address the referee. You're going to get everybody here. You're going to forfeit the game. Everybody's going to get ejected. I was like, if you have a problem, you have to come to me first. And then I will take our concerns and I can address the ref myself, being the representative of the team. And it's because my kids are playing too. I see it happening to their teammates and to my kids too. And it's very frustrating. At the same time, like in your case, it's different because he was an older guy. He was a pastor. The kids refereeing my kids, my daughter's soccer games were like 15-year-old players that did it to make a little money on the weekends or whatever. And I was like, I can't have
Yeah.
this 45-year-old mom screeching at this 15-year-old who's trying to learn how to be a referee. You know what I mean? He's a young kid too. It's like, we got to calm down. And at the end of the day, if kids are getting hurt, we have a problem. If you're upset that a goal was allowed that you didn't think it should have been allowed, or baseball is awful. That's not a strike. Sit down and shut up, dude. It's a freaking peewee baseball game. You know what I mean? It's like, who cares? This This isn't going to affect his contract.
I
Relax.
didn't know it was actually T-ball that he was watching. So.
It's that's the stuff that, like, if kids are getting hurt, something needs to be said. It's like, okay, usually we'll call whoever's in charge of running the league over and be like, something's got to be done here. Kids are being hurt. But if it's over a call or, oh, that's not offside, shut up. They're little kids playing. You know what I mean? It's like, grow up.
So did you ever snap
So-
a clipboard, coach?
I did not. No.
Oh man,
So
that'd be a good time right there. Come on, ref!
no. No. I did
It's
yell at one.
ridiculous.
I did yell at one time. It was when the girl got kicked in the face, and I was like, you have got to watch. I was like, I don't know what you're looking at. The ball is in her hands. I don't know what else on the field you're looking at, but you've got to watch what's happening near the ball. I was like, I don't know where there were two of them. I was like, I don't know where you guys are looking, but she's getting kicked in the face. I was like, you gotta be paying attention. And then after the game, you go, hey, look, things got heated. I'm sorry if I upset you or whatever. And they're like, no, it's our bad too. We should have seen it. And, you shake hands. So, but for the most part, I was a pretty calm coach. So
Disappointed. Absolutely disappointed.
you should know, knowing me, you should know better. All right.
I do.
I'm not a.
Yeah,
not
but
a
hold on.
flat-handed
He's that is the default. He's disappointed. So yeah, that's
guy. With me. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just par for the course.
It's just par for the course. Come on.
Fantastic. All right, who's next? What are we doing?
All right. Next, Taylor. It
Oh,
has
next.
throwback segment.
Well, yeah, throwing
Corner.
it back.
Throwback.
Corner.
Still
Yeah.
workshopping.
We'll go with throwback corner. We'll go with throwback corner for right
I'll
now.
change it on my notes then.
So just we'll go with throwback corner. Yeah, I wanted to talk about specifically 90s films with the old Jim Carrey. He had a little bit of a late flourish in there with the being Dr. Robotnik there for the Sanic films, but no, we're going to go way back, and I want to talk about those 90s films. Mostly, I want to skew towards the comedic side of things, because that's where I got to know of originally, were things like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective,
Classic.
particularly the first film, not the second one so much.
Better film. The second film.
You think so?
You think the second one's better than the first?
Yes. I think the first one's great, but the second one.
Oh.
On.
That's a hot take.
That's I think that's a
That's a hot
pretty
take.
that's I don't know if that's quite hot, since it's a take 30 years in the making.
Okay. Give me what quote do you consistently say from the first movie?
I don't.
I'm not a very good quote person.
I
Ones
mean,
that I can think of, they found Captain Winky is certainly one that pops into my
Good
head.
one, right? That's a great one. Then I also go, that's not Snowflake. That's not Snowflake. He's getting a shake around, and gosh, there's one other one from there. Oh, damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a pool man. Right? But that's a Star Trek quote, right?
That or the
But-
one where he's on the balcony. He's like, oh.
But I can tell you to this day, the one I use the most is, "Hi, Bumblebee Tuna."
Bumblebee
Yeah,
tuna.
I've heard you
My
use
dad
that.
uses that one.
Showing, right?
Bumblebee tuna.
I mean, it's the most quotable. When I was just practicing my mantra. just.
As I said, the other one I can think of is the when he's like, "Throw me a spear," and it lands
It's
in his
in the
leg.
mouth.
No, there'll be another
Ah!
one. But like that,
The guano, the bat, it's. I
Yeah.
feel like
He is making it pretty
two
convincing.
is a better movie.
He is
Yeah,
making it
I'm
pretty
telling you,
convincing.
man.
well, I no, just because it has higher peaks doesn't mean it's a better
You know what?
movie.
Ikutsuwacha.
But did you watch this last week? What is going on?
I was about to say,
God.
seriously.
I
like,
love that movie. Just come on. And then you go, and he's like, "Boy, this thing handles really good." And he's on a paved road that's buttery smooth, but he's in there acting like he's off road. Like, come on, man.
I need to watch it again. It's
well,
been way
I
too
will say
long.
this though, like Ace Ventura, those two weren't the ones that really, like, I watched them, but they weren't the one. Like Liar Liar's mine. Like I
watched Liar Liar. a
love
lot, yeah.
Liar Liar. That movie is so much funnier to me than the Ace
Oh,
Ventura
it's
movies.
amazing.
I just he's like when he like what about halfway or 2/3 of the movie, his secretary's talking about one of his clients who is always getting in trouble, and she's like, "Oh, he fell through the roof of the like a sunroof, and he cut himself on a knife on the island and stuff, and now he's trying to sue." And he grabs the phone. He's like, "Stop breaking the law, asshole!"
Yeah,
It's phenomenal.
that is funny. That's a great movie.
I think the one that gets me from that is when he's in the elevator and he's got that really attractive new neighbor in the building, and and she's like, everybody's been so nice. It's because you have huge boobs or something like that. just I mean, come on, like in that moment, that's what everybody's thinking. It's just funny that he says it out loud. It caught me so funny. And then just when he's like, I've had better.
Yeah, that was gonna bring that
The
one up.
the one
What?
Brittany and I always do back and forth to each other is the claw.
The great, wonderful Jerry.
Is one of you Jerry and one of you whatever he's like, oh, it's the claw, mister.
I'm usually Jerry. The claw. So
Oh,
mean,
man.
I don't think I can say enough about Dumb and Dumber.
yeah, I think that's the one I watched the most, probably. That and The Mask. I watched when I was a kid. I watched The Mask all the time.
It's an interesting movie.
It is-
Not my
it is.
favorite, but it is
No.
great. Gosh, we were talking about this one earlier too. The Me, Myself, and Irene, absolutely hilarious. Just the scene from that movie that just gets me over and over is that damn cow. Just
I haven't seen it in so
he
long.
keeps. So he's driving up on his motorcycle with Irene on the back, and they come across a cow dying in the road, and he's like, "Oh, better put her out of her misery." And bang, a plow shoots her in the head. Well, she's not dead, so he comes back and plow shoots her again, and starts moving. He's like, "What the hell?" And starts just empty this whole mag into this thing. And, then he just drives off, and she's still alive, so he's choking her out, plugging her nose. So she dies, so, they take off, and then, the guys are talking, yeah, shot a cow like 7 times. It's lucky to be alive. And you're like, the cow's alive.
That's hilarious.
Uh,
Yeah, see,
And then
a
the
lot
chick-
of these I haven't watched in years. So
mm.
What do you do with your life? What do you do?
Not
with your
watch
life?
Jim Carrey movies from the 90s. Clearly.
Just
It's just the small little bit of happiness I had as a childhood was watching those Jim Carrey films there. So
I like his son's arguing about the chicken head and could it or could it not fit in a man's butt. And then the guy sitting there, will someone please get this chicken out of my head?
oh,
That's like
now I was saying
we were talking about this earlier, but I had heard that in the scene where he's saying goodbye before he goes to work to his sons, he goes, right, like give dad a kiss or whatever. That was totally unscripted. And they were like, because the one guy's face you could even kind of see, he's like, what? And then he's like, okay. He does.
I mean, it's fantastic. And those unscripted moments always end up being some really
for
memorable
sure.
and funny stuff.
For sure.
I mean, if you got a guy like Jim Carrey, you just let him loose. Let him do his thing.
Oh yeah.
Right. Now I didn't really get to watch it, and I do want to kind of go back and see some of them, but in living color, because that was kind of really
that was
got
kind of a
him.
70s thing, wasn't it?
I think that's the 80s.
The 80s. Yeah.
No, it was straight. No, at least when
early 90s.
when
Like
he was a
early
part of it.
90s.
I want to say when he was a part of it, it was like from 90 to 94 or something.
That's where like Fire Marshal Jim or whatever comes from, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I never really got to see those, but I was also 4, 5.
Yeah, I never watched it. I've seen clips of them, but I never really watched it.
But that like. That is like some of the SNL skits. I remember vaguely him being on one of them where he was like in a like a business setting, and he was just basically telling everybody he'll see them all in hell. and eventually just jumps out of the window and kills himself, and it's like thousands of years later. It's like, I told you I'd see you all in hell.
No, he
But
unfortunately he went kind of crazy later on.
He's kind of leveled back out.
Yeah, I do feel like that. But there for a while, it seems like he got a
Oh yeah, he was bad.
little in his own head. So,
it happens.
but especially with comedians, it feels like because they talk about a lot of comedians have an underlying depression, and that where a lot of that comedy comes from is them trying to mask it or deal with it. So I mean, look at Robin
Yeah.
Williams, So
He did, in his defense, he had a tumor.
Robin Williams did.
Yeah, he had a brain tumor.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
From what I remember. And then the one that really hit me was Chris Farley,
Yeah.
because he's from that same era, and like he talked about, like he was afraid to lose weight because is that what made people like him?
Oh
Is
yeah,
he was the fat funny
he
guy?
not going to be
Yeah.
funny anymore. Yeah. Oh, what a horrible
He would
way
have
to
been.
live.
He was fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I heard that dude would pick up homeless guys and give them money, take them to church, get them food, and then he'd get done and just just slip back into his negative feelings. That's just, it's sad, man, because what a delight he was, and his comedy was just fantastic.
Well, that's I was reading a thing on Robin Williams earlier this week, and apparently he throughout most of his career, he was donating to like homeless shelters anonymously, and they never found out until it was after he was dead that they was doing that. He was hiring homeless people.
Yeah, he was hiring homeless people
to work on the
to work on
films.
the movies.
Yep, that was in his contract, as they had to hire a certain amount of homeless people to come in and like help around the set or whatever. So yeah, it seemed like he was a pretty incredible guy. So
yep, I agree. I think the one kind of picking up the mantle there nowadays has been Keanu Reeves, but that dude's been a legend for gosh, how many years has he been in the scene?
Right, and there's a lot of there's a big blotch of darkness. Not to say that like stemmed from that, but didn't his wife and his kid pass away?
Yeah,
he's been through some
really,
trauma. Yeah,
really
when he was
close together when he was younger. So
I want to say it was an unborn child, like it was a miscarriage, if I remember. Then she died shortly thereafter in a car accident.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. No one grill me. I'm old. I'm an old man.
that sounds right. That sounds like what.
Well, but I mean, it's just the fact that will tend to really affect people, and in a way that sometimes it comes out in a very glowing way, and sometimes it doesn't. But thankfully, at least for that instance, for him, he's be a light for everybody else there. So
Yep.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's renaissance with the Sonic movies, the super okay, and that's being generous. The Dumb and Dumber 2.
I never watched that. So.
I didn't watch it either.
You're not missing anything.
I didn't think I would.
There's some funny parts, but you're really not missing anything. The first 10 minutes was the best, and like the tributes to like the old one, those were good, but like the rest of the story was just not good.
I mean, do you guys feel like you're getting tired of getting these sequels and these follow-ups to like these 30-year-old movies or whatever at this point? Like Spaceballs 2, could not care less. I love Spaceballs, could not care less to see that.
I'm excited to see Rick Moranis back. That's the only reason
sure.
I'm really
I do
interested.
like
I want to see.
Yeah.
But so a movie I was really excited about. Not that it didn't have Jim Carrey in it, but it was called The Creator. It has Denzel Washington's kid. I can't remember his name. But I was excited about it because they were shooting with a Sony FX3. A large majority of the movies. That's a prosumer camera. You go to Best Buy and order it right now for under $4,000. Like, this is awesome. Like, high level cinema can now be had by anybody who save up for it. So the movie, I enjoyed. It wasn't the greatest film I've ever seen. Sure wasn't, but it was received poorly because people just aren't getting that into new IP. And so
I know, which is super disappointing.
It is, because it's stifling creativity. Like, John Wick was phenomenal. And now we've had 4 John Wicks and then Ballerina. Now we're going to get a 5th John Wick. And it's like, did I like how they ended 4? No, but at least it ended. And now I'm like, what are we really going to do with a 60-plus-year-old man trying to be an action star? I mean, it's just, it's just, starting to get like, all right, guys, something new, just something new.
Well, it's like you kind of mentioned. It seems like they won't greenlight anything anymore. That they're like, well, we got to get at least 3 movies out of this, or
Yeah.
2 movies in a TV show, or in maybe a game too. And it's like, can we just have something for the sake of a good story or just a good movie, a one-off?
Can't let you do that, Star Fox.
Yeah, apparently not.
Mm.
So, yeah, it's disappointing.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess on that note, baton passed back to you there for.
Lol.
It's kind of funny you mentioned like a 60-year-old action hero. Because my segment, and it's the top 3 throwdown, is your favorite action hero of all time. So there are some rules to this. Do not give me an actor. It's got to be a character. It has to be one that appeared in a movie, not just a TV series, but it can be any genre of movie. So it doesn't have to be an action genre movie. It can be whatever movie genre you want, but they had to have been in a movie. So you want me to go ahead and start, or does somebody else want to kick it?
I was say, do we
How
want
about,
to?
how about we all do one? Let's
That's what
round
I was gonna
robin.
say. Yeah, how about we
I
all
like that.
go
Okay.
through one? Yeah.
All right, I'll start us off. My number one, which should come to no surprise to anybody that knows me, because it's probably my favorite movie of all time, is Ellen Ripley. Mo- she was great in Aliens, the second one as well, which was more action packed. But I fell in love with her in the first one. I thought she was one of the coolest characters I've ever saw. I watched the movie way too young, and it made quite the impression on me, considering it's still my favorite movie. Um, yeah, she exudes, and what I love about her is she's a badass, but she's not the typical Mary Sue badass. She didn't have an answer to everything. It was pure grit and determination, and there were times where she was terrified in those movies, just hanging on by her wits. And that's what I loved about it. It was so realistic. Like, this woman who obviously was a strong woman to get where she was stuck in this horrible situation with no training of how to deal with it or what to do with it. And she just gritted her teeth and did what she had to do. And it felt very relatable in that sense of like, this was completely out of her control and she just did what had to be done, even though she wasn't built for it. So she kind of informed my opinion for future action heroes, which I think is a lot of why I don't like superheroes, is because, they have these super incredible powers. Now I want the everyday person in there struggling. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
yeah. So
I,
my number one's Ellen Ripley.
I think that's an amazing pick. Great. The first two are just absolute legendary films, and then I could forget about any other
Wait,
one ever existed.
there's more movies after Aliens.
Nope.
They
There
exist.
sure isn't.
Yes,
Sure
something
isn't.
about a prison planet, but I thought that was a fever dream I was having.
Yeah, I think that was a hallucination. I will say
I think I had some peyote or something, and that just kind of came out through my clean third eye because I don't know what you're talking about.
I will say Alien Romulus was better than I expected, and I think it's because they kind of took it to its roots instead of what's his name? I should know it right off the top of my head. Ridley Scott.
Lost
Removing his
touch.
brain and putting it in a shelf somewhere when he made Prometheus and the one right Alien Covenant, which were
Just
not
not
my
good.
favorite.
He
I
is
feel
so
like
hot and cold. Like
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, he totally
it's
is.
yeah.
I feel like in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, him and Steven Spielberg were on like acid, LSD, something amazing. And then they decided, hey, this is bad for me. Let me stop this, but still make movies. And it's been pretty crap ever since the mid to late 90s.
Yeah,
So,
it's not been great.
all right, I'll go second. My number one pick is gonna be Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon.
Ah,
Um,
yes.
Okay,
That's a
okay.
great
how
character.
can you not like that man with that awesome haircut? I mean, he rocked the mullet like nobody's business. Um, I mean, gosh, him and Danny Glover, what a duo!
Oh, they were great movies. I watched them all the time when
Just
I was younger. Yeah, all the
they're
time.
so good. Yeah, legendary actor, legendary character. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
It,
Lethal Weapon 1. It's a Christmas movie.
which I feel like I haven't seen them forever, but I feel like I watched two just as much as I watched one. Now,
Two's amazing.
that's what I mean. I
Two's a
feel like
great
they were
movie.
all
It's
decent. So
I was
Yep.
say, was Jet Li in the fourth one? I'm trying to remember. Was that the?
Jet Li was in the fourth one.
Oh, yeah,
And that's one of
okay.
my favorite fights of all time. Because it's like,
When he
that's
pulls
how
the
I
gun
feel.
apart, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. But like the two old guy, he knows he can't win the fight, but Danny Glover's like, he knows Mel's going to go back. He's like, all right, let's go
All right.
ask him. And, you know, the fact that they asked Jet Li, hey, you got to slow down. Like, the camera can't even keep up
oh,
with
for
you.
sure, yeah.
It's horrifying. That is a horrifying thought.
He's probably my favorite like kung fu karate guy. I love Jet Li, so I love most of the stuff he's been in. So
Yep.
Hmm.
But yeah, Martin Riggs, that is my top
Okay,
guy.
Great
that's a
choice.
that's a great choice because there's also a bit of comedic
Oh, for
vibe
sure.
to
Oh,
it
yeah,
too, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah. All right. I guess I'm up. The first one I'm gonna go with, well, probably this is the one I was alluding to you, Graham, beforehand. I've got to go with my boy Conan the Barbarian, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. You knew this was coming. Like that first movie is my favorite. It's just the tone of it, like the trials of going through it and everything. I really like that movie, and just the just everything about it. So just the trial of like trying to figure out stuff. He gets orphaned, and then he's enslaved, and having to persevere, and he thinks he's got it because he's I listened to what my dad said. I can trust in the steel and everything, and then he gets put down, and he learns he's got to try to do more than just trust in steel, and he learns from that, and it's just, I don't know, it's just very, no, yeah, I could. That's one of those movies I can watch like every day
Oh
and
yeah,
not be
Well, I
bored
love
with it.
that movie. It's great.
So, but yeah.
Such a quotable movie too. There's so many
Mm.
good quotes that come out of that. No, that's a
I
big
have. I
choice.
don't know if I've ever seen it in one sitting. I've seen the movie,
Mhm.
but
Just
never through
chopped
one
up.
sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fun movie. It's a lot of fun.
I don't know if I would say it's fun.
I think it's
It's-
fun. I think it's a fun movie.
That's not the word.
It's-
But
Alien
It-
is
well,
also
it's-
my favorite movie. So.
now
Well-
I heard they wanted to make another one with Arnold, and he'd be Old Man King. And
Well, that
I was
was-
like, that would be amazing.
That'd be pretty
that
cool.
was the intentions for a bit, and then it just kind of fell through because initially they were going to do 3 real quick, and then the second one was so bad because it skewed away from, because the first film was like rated R, and it was it was a lot more tonally. It was just it was serious, but there's some lightheartedness and everything, but it was just more adult,
Sure.
mature, you could say, I guess.
Yeah.
But the second one went for like Sunday afternoon, Saturday morning, tee hee haha, PG-13. All the kids want to watch it, so it really kind of skewed
Yeah,
stuff
it ruins it.
goofy.
Absolutely
Oh yeah,
ruins it.
oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, that was kind of the idea, was to be like, oh, okay, we'll have, because that the end of the first film, he's sitting there with the and he's all old looking and everything, and that was kind of the vibe for it. But yeah, they, what was it? Jason, what's his name?
Momoa,
Yeah.
Jason Momoa. for
Yeah,
the
because they
reboot.
did the reboot for it, and he looked the part,
Garbage.
but it was an
Sure.
awful movie. Awful movie.
Awful.
It just didn't. It did not have it. And like, I love the books as well. So the books, there's a nice tone to them that that first movie, which Ridley Scott kind of had some parts to play in that, like initially, before it finally got out of his hands. And I guess that was he was tripping on some heavy acid or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
with it, because it was supposed to be like a super way into the future post apocalyptic sort of thing. You're like, what the flying? What is going on,
that's
dude?
weird.
I'm all for it. Give me that acid trip, guys. Give it to me.
uh, but yeah, so that's gonna be my first one up there. So
It's a good pick.
All right.
thank you.
Number two. My number two is Max Rockatansky from the Mad Max series. Love it. And
Okay.
I am in the
Back to Mel Gibson.
yes,
Right.
common thread here. Great action guy. I'm in the minority here, very much in the same way of like most people like Aliens more than Alien.
You're about to say three.
If you say Thunderdome, I'm.
Are
gonna
you
come
about
to
to
this
say?
shit.
Yeah, we're
Thunderdome's
about to
awful.
hang up for this. You're about to
I
say
do not like
Thunderdome. We're
Thunderdome. I'll watch it, but it's not. I don't particularly want to. I'm a much bigger fan of. Not that I don't love Road Warrior, but I'm a bigger fan of Mad Max than I am Road Warrior. I liked Road Warrior. It's a great movie. But if I'm going to pick one to watch, I'm going to watch Mad Max. There's just something about society actually crumbling still. And like there's some semblance of like order and structure. And it's just the second one I felt like was so much about him just in survival mode. Whereas the first one, it turned into just like blood fueled revenge story. And that's what I loved. Is like you just see him snap. A man just snap. And that's what I like so much because I tend to like revenge stories. So I don't know who wronged me in my life that I'm such a big fan of revenge stories, but I've always enjoyed them. But yeah, I love them. I love the car. Trying to think of what the car is, but the Interceptor or whatever is just
Yeah,
grew up
it's a beautiful
loving that
car.
car. It's just a fun movie. Well, again, not fun for me, but so yeah, so my second is Max Rockatansky from, and I thought what's his name did a pretty good job.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. I think the movie was good. I never watched the second one, but the first reboot, I thought it was fine. I thought Tom Hardy did a great job as Max. I just wish it could have been more like the old movies a little bit.
I
So.
like the theory that he is the boy at the end of Thunderdome grown up, and the only name he could think of was Max. Because he just says, Max, my
I've
name
never
is
heard
Max.
that theory.
That's a phenomenal theory that I love.
That is interesting. Yeah.
That's a good way to spit. Well, yeah, because it's kind of like at that point, it's like you don't need to have it be Max. You can really just
someone else carried his
pull-
legacy. Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, and I lean with you, Drew. I kind of appreciate that a bit more because it's like, okay, yeah, it doesn't have to be about him. You can start to pivot elsewhere, and have some fun with other characters with this terrible setting that they're in.
Yeah. This god awful.
Well, because when was that first one filmed? Because that first one, it really,
80s, I believe.
I thought it was in the 70s for some reason. Because
I think it was late 70s.
Because it's similar to like with Conan. They have this very similar sort of vibe in their tone as well as just the filming. It's just like, oh, you can tell that this is a product of its time and not necessarily in a bad way.
It was 79.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I thought it was late 70s.
Yeah, because you can just tell that, like you were saying about how society, it has that same vibe as like some of the latter. Because I feel like to some degree the 60s and 70s, when it comes to a societal decay kind of thing, like I think of the fourth Planet of the Apes film.
We don't need to talk about it.
Well, I'll talk about it because I love those films. You go away.
The last movie, the last original,
the fourth one. That's not the last one. The fifth one is.
Okay.
The fourth one has Ricardo Montalban in it. Like he's yeah, no. The fourth one is like right when everything starts to go to crap, which like the reboot trilogy is kind of
which I've seen
echoing.
I've seen two of those.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, but it's similar like that decay. There's almost just like a sparseness to society that's just it's uneasy. You're like something ain't quite right.
Oh yeah.
And obviously not, but
yeah, for sure.
But Okay.
All right. I'll give you all my second pick. And as far as revenge story goes, this should be right up Graham's alley here. And it is Maximus Decimus
Oh,
Meridius.
hell yeah.
Oh, just Gladiator. Just I don't know. What else can you say about that movie? That's just not phenomenal.
Yeah.
Russell
There
Crowe,
wasn't
his
a sequel.
song.
I think
No,
that's.
there was
I
no
think
sequel.
That
There
never
was no
happened
sequel.
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
It never happened. They thought about it, but they decided it would probably be just a giant flaming turd and said, you know what, you can't beat Maximus. Just the whole cast of that movie, his portrayal. I think it really made Russell Crowe go cuckoo bananas because he turned into an idiot after that film. But like,
Yeah.
gosh, it's just every segment of that movie was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Every fight was amazing.
It's that was another one I watched like on repeat when it came out. I was watching it all the time. Maximus Decimus Meridius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my
Absolutely.
vengeance in this life or the next. He was
You
great.
could say we all three were
Loved it.
entertained by that film.
Are you not entertained?
Love it. It's
Right.
great. So
It's yeah, no, that's a good one, and I do my best to not autistically spurge out that it is not very historically accurate.
Well,
It doesn't need to. It doesn't need to be
Doesn't need to be-
historically
Well,
accurate.
I didn't say it, but the like I said, autistically spurge out.
you
The history part of me is like, no, just keep it, rein it in.
you want to see
I-
another thread? Ridley Scott.
Yeah, right.
Yep, I was gonna go with Braveheart, but I figured I already had one Mel Gibson.
I do love William Wallace though.
So good.
I like the
So
I like the Irish guy from Braveheart as much as I
Yeah.
like William Wallace.
Yeah.
It's my island, mine.
Yep. Fantastic. And there was not a sequel to that movie either, by the way.
If there, no,
There-
you're right. I didn't know if there was
There was
one.
not.
Anyways, okay.
Nope. Yeah, there sure wasn't. They didn't try to make some garbage with the guy that would soon be king.
No,
Didn't happen.
just leave stuff alone. Just leave
Yeah,
it alone.
Absolutely.
Or just pick a different part of time. Kingdom of Heaven, phenomenal film.
Yes.
Troy, phenomenal film. Like we can just kind of pluck and
Yeah,
just go that
there's-
way. We don't have to.
Now,
Thousands
I
of
had a
years of it.
problem. I had a problem with Kingdom of Heaven. It was hard for me to keep up with the action. I don't know if it was their frame rate they went with, but I was like, who's winning this fight? Like, it just looks like a mesh. They're all meshed together, and
I think it's a
that was-
product of the time for filming because I feel that way with Batman Begins or whatever.
I could
the
absolutely
first
see
Batman
that.
film having issues
Yep.
where it's like too claustrophobic and then it's too many cuts and you're like, well, okay, time out. Like,
Yeah.
let's John Woo this, pan it back. Let's see everybody. Let's see what they're doing. Like,
I agree.
Can we
That
can
could-
we figure this out?
I agree. But besides that, I thought the story was good.
Yeah. Supposedly the better version to watch, I keep hearing, is the director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven, which I ordered it. I just haven't sat down and actually watched it through. But I guess the director's cut, people are like, it's a much better product than what the theatrical release was. So, which seems to happen
Okay.
a lot. So,
Yeah, you'll have to let me know because I'm curious to hear about that because it's been a while since I watched that film. All right, yeah, I guess me next up. Me. I don't know if I wanted to pick the one and try to undercut somebody, but I'll go with what I got listed here. It's Kevin, quote unquote, but it's Chan Kakui, the main character of the Police Story series of
I've never
films
seen 'em.
of Jackie Chan.
Yeah, they're on my list to
Okay.
watch, but I still haven't watched them.
I love Jackie Chan films, and he was the one I was referencing to you about. But when you had the topic and everything, but the Police Story films. I'm only gonna. I've watched the first three more than any others because I think there was like 4 or 5, and then there was a very long time, and then they brought it back and they made it much more dramatized and everything. But you could like that third one in particular, Super Cop, Michelle Yao's in it, and she's just as crazy as he is. Like there's a part where she's using a dirt bike to jump onto a moving train. Okay, cool. That Super Cop's also the one where he, jumps from rooftop to helicopter ladder as the helicopter is trying to fly away. Yeah. So like, just watching those movies and just a lot of his other movies as a kid really soured me on a lot of action stuff, because it's like, oh, here is this maniac doing a lot of this stuff, and sure, it's choreographed, but it's like a really cool choreograph. Like for the States, I think a lot of us were introduced to Jackie Chan stuff with like Rumble in the Bronx.
Okay. Movie I
Yeah.
have seen. Yep.
Well, right, with the base, breaking glass and everything, and he breaks his foot. I think he broke it twice, but like jumping from building to building, and then jumping onto the the hovercraft and stuff. But well, yeah, police story. Yeah, he's a Hong Kong detective. Well, not detective. Like he's part of the police force, and he's doing stuff, and there's really cool action stuff. And that's
like
really what it is.
So, have you seen Infernal Affairs?
Is that like from the last decade or so?
It was.
like
I think
that's
it
an
was from
adult
the
film.
'90s. No, it was from the '90s. It's The Departed is based kind of. I think The Departed shares like the same story that Infernal Affairs has. And I think it's Korean, maybe. So I wondered if you had seen those, how those stacked up to it, because Police Stories, those movies are ones that are on my list to watch, but Infernal Affairs is as well. So I just wasn't sure. So
I was going to say the stories themselves, I don't remember them really being. Yeah, because Departed's kind of got like some pretty strong subterfuge and like oh my goodness kind of stuff going on with it, where Police Stories, you're really not having that. Okay. It's much more about like the choreographed fights and stuff. Like in the first one, there's a fight that goes on with, I think it's on a double-decker bus as it's driving along, and it's pretty wild, but it's more about that and like sliding down
the crazy choreography
hole in the mall
and stuff.
Yeah, it's more of that as opposed to shockers, plot twists and stuff. But yeah, that would be my second choice.
So my third, I'm actually going to change, because my third is also Conan the Barbarian, and I feel like we kicked that pig, so we don't need to go back to that one. So I'm going to change to one of my honorable mentions. I have two, and I think this guy is over the other one. And I'm going to have to say probably Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
I think
phenomenal.
he's one of the greatest action characters. I've seen a lot of people talk about how he's like one of the truest forms of a man you'll ever see. I think it should come no shock after the discussion we had about you buying books and sneaking them into my house, Drew, for all the copies of Lord of the Rings I need.
I'm looking for him at Goodwill now, man. I really am.
I saw some at half price, and I was texting him, showing pictures.
Oh, he was.
Like, look at all these.
Yeah, he was. No, Aragorn, I think, is an incredible character, and he's such a good character. I think he manages to stand out in a movie just absolutely filled with incredible characters. I mean, Gandalf, Samwise Gamgee. I mean, there's so many great characters in that series and in the book, and for him to kind of set himself apart, even, I think is a testament to how well he's written and how great of a job Viggo Mortensen did in portraying him as well. So,
well, didn't he kept the sword with him the whole time, and then wasn't there one of the scenes where somebody throws a dagger at him and he actually deflected it because the dagger wasn't. And they're like, "Oh my god!"
Because it was a real dagger. He threw the wrong one or something. Yeah. So no, it's a great. I love him.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, what a great trilogy of films. Viggo, phenomenal actor. Just absolutely love it. He also, the scene where he kicks the orc helmet.
Oh, here we go. Everybody talks about this.
He broke his foot. He actually broke his foot.
He did.
In that scene.
Yes, he did do that.
Hilarious. Could have been just his toe, but yeah, just absolutely funny. Method guy, right? Really got into it. That was a good scream. It was an honest scream of pain.
That's who was the one that played what's her name? Arwen. She's
yeah.
It's Mick Jagger's daughter, isn't it?
No, no,
Liv
it's
Tyler. It's Liv
Uh,
Tyler.
Liv. Yeah,
oh
Liv
yeah,
Tyler.
Liv Tyler. I saw a thing the other day that apparently they had to reshoot the kiss at the end of Return of the King, when he's crowned, and Vigo had already left, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna have you do it with a stunt double, and we'll just shoot him from behind." And she was like, "No, absolutely not." She's like, "You bring him back, or I'm not doing it." So they flew him back for that shot. So he had everybody bewitched, you know.
I
Uh,
mean, poor Vigio had to fly back.
right.
Well, I
It's such a.
mean,
Sometimes you just have to carry that cross.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
All right.
another one of those weird things, you bring this up, like I'm having these thoughts that there was like a Hobbit trilogy thing, but that didn't happen
what?
either.
No, that's
Exactly.
just a
Yeah.
book.
Didn't happen.
Okay,
A
that's
book
what
and
I, you know.
a movie
single-
from the
a single
70s.
book.
So
Yeah, a single
It's a
book. It's
single
like
book.
260 some odd pages or so.
there was also a
Yeah.
cartoon
There and
from
back
the
again.
70s. So
Yeah.
I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
So good. So I'll give you my third. And I decided I was gonna go kind of deep cut. Like, my honorable mentions would be John Wick, Keanu Reeves, um, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Universal Soldier. Great movies that I love.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
phenomenal movie. But I wanted to go just one of my favorite, just fun. You would just want a fun action film. This is my go-to, and it's all it speaks so true to how our society is today, except for a part of it, and that is going to be Nada, my man from They Live, Roddy Piper. So I don't know.
I've
if
never
it's
seen
a-
that movie. I know
Oh,
of it.
it,
Put the
Oh.
glasses on.
I know
yeah,
of it.
put the glasses
I've
on.
never seen it.
It's a John Carpenter film, so aliens
Love
are like taking
Carpenter.
over. Aliens are taking over the Earth, and they look like normal people because they're
Mhm.
sending a
Oh
signal
yeah.
out,
Oh yeah.
and everything is subliminal messaging, like work, reproduce, buy, consume. It's the messages everywhere, just like today. Everything is like engineered to make us addicted and to just become a slave in a way or another. I mean, just look at your cell phone.
Yeah.
We all do it every day. How many times? And it's just the movie speaks to it in a different way, and just the scene where he walks into the bank and he's like, "I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum." It's just also, he came up with that on the fly. It's phenomenal. It's just a funny action movie. Great over the top scenes, a fantastic fight amongst two titans. And I love it. So I just watched it not even a month ago. I was up till
Oh.
2 a.m. on a work night because I saw it and I was like, I have to watch it now.
All right, I'll add it to the list because I love John Carpenter.
Well, you mean add it to the list? It should have been on the list already.
Well,
I
I
just-
also didn't realize it was a Carpenter joint. So no, I'll add it to the list. I love John Carpenter. So
It's fantastic.
It's a good film. It's a
put the
wonderful
glasses
film.
on.
And it's like a 10-minute alleyway fight.
Yeah.
It's dirty.
Yeah, fantastic. So, Taylor, what's number 3 for you, my friend?
All right. So I was kind of wondering if this would have come up. So I'm gonna go inspiration. I'm gonna dig deep, and I've got to go with Rocky Balboa.
oh, that's
Oh,
a great choice.
I thought about
Yeah.
so many.
I was
Sylvester Stallone
figuring
films.
one of yous was gonna do that, pick it, but I was like, I've got to go with Rocky. I love just the, you go with the first film of just being the underdog and just how great that movie is all around.
Well written.
Right, and it's just good. And then you get to the second one. The second one, kind of keeps it even. I love the training montage at the end when he has all those kids following him and he runs up and you're like,
Phenomenal.
oh, see, that's to me like that's the spirit about it, right? It's not
Yes.
just about Rocky. It's like everybody else either getting behind him or like being inspired by him, kind of thing as well. Of course they're not all going to be boxing and stuff. They're going to be doing their own stuff. Yeah, and then it kind of dips, I feel, a little bit with the third one with Clubber Lang, but it kind of picks back up with 4, and then 5 we don't talk about. 5 doesn't.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. But
Yeah,
I love Balboa.
I was gonna say
love
Balboa.
Balboa.
That scene where
Oh.
he's having that heart to heart with his kid is
Oh,
such an inspirational
it
bit.
is.
His kid is yelling at him. He's like, "You're embarrassing me. Like you don't like. You're 60 some odd years old. What are you doing, Dad?" And Dad lights him up, and he's like,
It's a message I think, honest to God, like youth today need to hear because it's just everything now it's a victim culture that's out there. I'm not this because you. No, it's you. Life is gonna hit you. It's how hard can you take those hits and get up? Like
Hmm.
that. I see that speech pop up in my YouTube all the time, and I'm like,
Oh,
click,
yeah,
watch
yeah.
it.
I actually watched it a little bit ago. I was like,
Oh,
yeah, thank you, movie dad. Like,
I
it's one of
should.
those.
I feel like I should play that for my guys at work. Like on my Friday meeting, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
play. All right, we're gonna watch a short clip.
Right, right.
Get
Yeah,
ready.
and life is gonna hit you, and it don't matter you, me, nobody. It ain't gonna hit as hard as life.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
so good. Yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
absolute clutch with the Rocky. Um, oh,
yeah, because it's much more of less about. Sure, yeah, he's taking those beatings, and yeah, you could kind of point to like, oh, behind the scenes, haha, he got knocked out by, Dolph Lundgren. It's like, yeah, dude's like 6'8"
Yeah,
or
who
whatever,
wouldn't
and
be?
a
he's
Yeah.
built like,
specimen, and a specimen of human existence.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, it's stupid, but just the inspiration of that character
Yeah.
all around, and just to kind of dig deep and just to keep going. And then also like with Balboa, it's like, okay, yeah, he in that film they end up doing the fight, and sure, okay, yeah, he's the 60 some odd year old fighting the current champion, and he loses, but he loses in split, but he's not even paying attention to that. That's not even what
Yeah.
the
Yep.
the decision ain't it's that I similarly to what he did in the first film, it's like I went the distance,
Yeah.
and not only to go distance,
Yep.
whatever. So
And then even I got to give credit to Creed and Creed 2, and then Creed 3 didn't happen either. That movie didn't happen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Um, I'm gonna throw one honorable mention, and it's just because of the scene. Extraction 2, Tyler Rake, played by Chris Hemsworth. That prison escape scene at the beginning was how long, and it was a single take.
Oh wow.
That is one of the most phenomenal fights you will ever see anywhere. It was beautiful, and I don't know how you have the energy to do it. Just watch it. They never cut away. It is one consistent scene with some guy trying to pull focus the entire time, and kudos
Yeah.
to whoever had to do that.
Huh.
I'll
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. What was it?
Extraction, they're amazing films, but Extraction 2, that beginning prison escape, it's uncanny. It's on Netflix.
Hmm.
I just appreciate when someone just does something so ridiculous in a movie. Like they wanted that scene to be one take. It's amazing. It's just, you got to appreciate the work that went into making it happen.
Yeah.
My honorable mention.
I'll throw in one honorable mention as well. John Creasy from Man on Fire. Denzel Washington. Love that movie. Again, revenge driven. He plays such a great character.
It's
He,
yes.
that whole kind of blasé attitude towards I'm just here to get my paycheck kind of deal, and I don't even want to really do this, to like I'm going to kill half the cartel to get to this little girl, is like I just love it. It's so great. So
You like the bomb in the ass, admit it.
up there. No,
Oh,
it's
me
a
no,
great
I'm
movie.
gonna go.
I love that movie. So it's a great.
It's
movie.
great.
So
The bullet scene with him, finally pulling the trigger and it doesn't work, and the way he gives it to the dad,
oh yeah,
just oh man, love it.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a great movie. All right, guys, think we're ready to wrap it up there.
Sure.
I guess.
I mean,
guess.
we ran. This was a long one, but I had a lot of
Yeah.
fun with this.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
is
this was a
fun,
good one.
fun episode. So, but we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So, thanks everybody for tuning in to this week's episode. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. We'd love to hear your thoughts. So drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Let us know your favorite action heroes, or what your thoughts on, youth sports. Maybe you're looking at it from a different opinion. So just drop below, let us know what you think, or maybe something you'd like to hear in the future. We're also now, if you'd prefer to listen to us on the go, have this in podcast form, and we're hitting Apple Music, Spotify, and where most outlets where podcast can be found. That way you can listen to us on our drive, on your drive, I should say, not our drive. I listen to it on my drive too.
I'll give you his address. You guys could hang out with
That's
him.
fine. You can also follow us on X and Instagram at LifeAround40Pod for updates and episode releases. Trying to build that up a little bit more. Haven't posted lately, so I'd like to get some more stuff on there soon. So, but there you have it. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Woo.
Y'all have a good night.
You do the same.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Toodles.